So looking at the economics of Chinese food, Jennifer Lee, you're the producer of The Search for General Tso. Why does everybody eat his chicken?
You know, that was one of the great mysteries that we saw in producing this documentary. So there are actually more Chinese restaurants in this country than McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and Kentucky Fried Chicken combined. I mean, it's really one of the most pervasive foods, not just in the US, but in the planet. And so, you know, we wanted to know who was the man behind this mysterious chicken dish, and why are we all, saying his name on a daily basis?
And it's a dish that's pretty much on every menu of every Chinese restaurant that I've been to in the United States.
Yeah.
How much revenue does this one dish produce annually?
Yeah, so one of our Chinese restaurant experts estimates that there is almost at least $1 billion worth of General Tso's chicken sold every year in America, because it's like $9.99 every restaurant, oftentimes their most popular dish, 50,000 Chinese restaurants in America. So when you multiply that out, you're getting into the billion-dollar territory.
50,000 restaurants across America?
50,000 Chinese restaurants, and that grows about 10% every couple of years. I mean, it's a steadily increasing population of Chinese restaurants, in part because the US population is increasing. So it just sort of marches largely in tandem at this point.
Now, I think in New York, we're a little spoiled. We have pretty much a Chinese restaurant on every corner.
Yeah.
Very different in Middle America. And you talked to the founder of P.F. Chang's,
Yes.
an iconic place that I'm sure many people have been to. Is the dish different depending on which part of the country it's sold in?
Yeah, so P.F. Chang's is really interesting because they don't technically have General Tso's chicken, but it looks like something that very much is like General Tso's chicken. And the flavoring of this, sort of crunchy, sweet fried chicken dish is very much sort of maps to different territories, and it's spicier in different areas. It's more bland and sweet in the middle of the country. Other places, there's broccoli and there's not broccoli. But I also really love how there's been so much product extension on the part of General Tso. There's General Tso's dumplings, General Tso's potato chips, General Tso's veal. I've seen General Tso's tofu, General Tso's po' boy. So in a way, General Tso is almost like this sort of amazing branding machine, right? I mean, he has pizza, he has sandwiches, he has dumplings, and for restaurateurs in different industries, they kind of putting his name on something because it's a quick signal that this is exotic enough, so it's just enough Chinese, but friendly because you'll like it. So I think that's one of the most brilliant things about General Tso's chicken as sort of a branding exercise in America, right? It takes something that's slightly exotic and pairs it with something that's very familiar, and then packages it and sells it to the American people. So this idea of restaurateurs, many of them immigrants coming to America, and sort of selling to the American public something that the American public thinks is foreign, but is actually indigenous to America, is actually one of the most fascinating business stories, I think, of the last 100 years or so.
So exotic in America, but you traveled all over the world for this documentary. Do they sell General Tso's chicken in London? Do they have it in Shanghai?
Yeah, so this was really interesting. There is actually a Chinese restaurant in Shanghai called Fortune Cookie, which serves American-style Chinese food, which is very different from the Chinese food that Chinese people eat. So what you have is a restaurant that was originally opened to cater to expat tastes, so Americans who miss the taste of home. And then what they found is now there are a lot of Chinese people coming, like locals, because this is sort of exotic, right? Beef with broccoli, General Tso's chicken, Fortune cookies. So in a way, it's become its own kind of cuisine recognized in the world.
Well, that's definitely whetting my appetite. Jennifer Lee, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.